Hello, this is Marcus with Aquarium Hacks by Marcus. And just quickly to show you, here's my little guppy tank, feeder guppies in my 40-gallon breeder, along with, which you can't see too many of them right now. Well, there's one on the leaf, along with the Sherry shrimp. Just real quick, this can be done, but you have to have a really planted tank for the Sherry shrimp. As you see here, I got guppy grass and a lot of other plants and rock work. I need actually more plants to start growing in to even provide more coverage for the shrimp. It can definitely happen, but just don't expect your shrimp population to explode as long as the guppies are the dominant species in the tank. I would say probably a better choice would be ghost shrimp. They get bigger, they're a bit tougher, and believe it or not, they will actually eat some of the guppy fry, and the guppy will eat some of the shrimp fry, the ghost shrimp fry. So it kind of equals themselves out just a little bit there. But you just definitely, it can work, but you definitely have to have coverage no matter what shrimp that you keep with it. Ghost shrimp can actually protect themselves a little bit better, a little bit more aggressive than cherry shrimp. And be careful about the kind of ghost shrimp that you do get. There are a couple different species. One species is pretty aggressive, have been known, at least and from what I've heard, have attacked it, even some almost full-grown guppies. So just be careful about that. But the guppies can definitely are strong enough and will definitely eat some of the ghost shrimp babies, and the ghost shrimp will eat some of the guppy babies, so they kind of balance out. But red sherry shrimp, you're going to definitely have to have a really planted tank, densely planted, so that some of those babies can survive, and you will be able to continue to have this for a very long time. But this video is not about the shrimp or keeping the guppies together. It's about my fish food that I like. Now, here's a large variety here. I used to use New Like Spectrum probiotics, great food, good food. But I used it when I had my Mbuna cichlids. They could just swallow the pellets whole. They had no problem with it. When I got it for these fish, none of these fish would hardly touch that New Like Spectrum. And I think the problem with New Like Spectrum, especially for my cabenzas and none of my tetras want to hardly eat it, is because the food is just too hard. It's a great food, don't get me wrong. It's a wonderful food if your fish can eat it. It's because it's got the ingredients that your fish need. So it's a great food, but it's just too hard for my fish to really eat. So I really don't even use it anymore. I bought it, changed over to a planted tank, and I had to change my foods up. My foods that I go to, my number ones, is bug bites, fluval bug bites, and Hikari Vibra bites. These are probably my two favorite foods to feed the fish, and they love them. They can easily eat them. They're softer, they're more pliable, they're not so hard, and the fish really enjoy eating those foods. Another one that I feed about 2-3 times a week is my Tetra Tropical Crisps. The fish eat it, they enjoy it. The ingredients is not as good as the Hikari or the bug bites, but it does the job. It feeds your fish. It keeps them going, keeps them healthy. Feed my catfish at night, omega-1 shrimp pellets. Like to feed this every now and then. Brine shrimp, maybe on the weekends. And here's another pellet food that I also feed. This is, there it is. This is Sierra catfish food. And just some kind of good flake food, mainly just for the guppies. And so these are basically the foods that I feed on a weekly basis. I do skip 1 or 2 days a week and feed in this tank here because the fish don't need to eat every day in this tank. These fish here are quite a bit larger. Now for the guppy tank, I have to feed these guys every day about 2 to 3 times a day. They're just smaller fish. They eat a lot, and I'm trying to keep them from actually eating all my shrimp up in there, or at least eating all the little babies up in there. And so I do have to feed the guppies every day. Other than that, these are my go-to foods. My favorite out of the whole batch would probably be Hikari Vibra bites and fluval bug bites. Probably the best food, in my opinion, on the market. And that is because it's got great ingredients. The fish do not, the fish is pliable. The fish will eat it, and it's just a great food. Sadly, on this probiotics, even my betta fish, when I had him, he would even spit this stuff out. So it's great, like I said, for cichlids. I think it's a great food for cichlids. But if you're not keeping cichlids, or if you're keeping cichlids that are small, maybe like rams or maybe like carabenses, at least in my case, they just spit the food out. They did not like it. But bug bites, viper bites, I have not seen a fish yet that will reject that food. So it's a good food. It's palatable. It's softer, and I think your fish will just really enjoy it. So, and the thing about it is too, the price on these is quite cheap. Now the price on the viper bites is pretty expensive, but bug bites is not too bad. And so, get yourself some good food, and definitely feed these things to your fish and just see how they like it. All right, that's just my last video here for a little while, and that's Marcus from Aquarium Hacks. Happy fishing, folks.